Hey guys, what's going on? It's Austin again. We are in Kelowna, as you can see behind me. It's a bit cold out. I'm not gonna lie. Got the layers on today for this review, and this pros and con video of a Tupui rooftop tent. Before I get started, and to make sure that I make this clear, there's two types of rooftop tents you can get yourselves. There's a hard top and there's a soft shell rooftop tent. And there's the crazy camper ones, which some people can afford and some people cannot afford. But we're not going to review those today. We're going to review rooftop tents, and that's all. So this is going to be a pros and cons video of my thoughts on the rooftop tent and what I've experienced so far with it. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. So, as you can see, it is cold out, and I still got on the back of my truck. But hey, I might go camping, and maybe I'll just stay home and watch hockey. But for right now, this is a pros and cons video of a rooftop tent. Hope you guys freaking enjoy. I think I'm gonna go hit the bush, if you guys know what I mean. So once I do that, I'm gonna go grab the camera. We're gonna go down to the truck. We're gonna review the tent. We're gonna do the pros. We're gonna do the cons. And hope you guys freaking enjoy. So I'm gonna be this way. I don't know. Hopefully I don't get mauled by a cougar or something. But I'm going to go this way, talk to you guys in a few. Hey guys, so this is the rooftop tent right behind me right there. It's a Tupui tent. I have to say, getting it, I was pretty stoked on getting it. Just because it's always on the back of my truck, and then when I'm finished camping all day, I can be like, hey, I'm just going to go out and just go camping, go fishing. It's right there. I don't have to go home, put a trailer on, and do that. Basically, I don't know if it was the mindset of when I went and got into backpacking. I thought, maybe this would be kind of like it. And what I mean by that is it's quick. It's really easy to set up. I could set up probably between, depending on the freaking weather, I can either set it up 2 to 3 minutes, maybe to 4 minutes, depending on how big of a rush I'm in. And that's probably going to go to the pros of it. One of the pros is how fast you can set it up. Typical tents you get from Canadian Tire or wherever you get them, there's nothing wrong with them. But the issue with them, I find, that is they take forever sometimes to set up. You almost have to sometimes be a freaking engineer to figure it out. As in this tent here, you don't have to. It basically comes out, you get a big ladder on it, you flip it up, there's your base of the tent. You just put your flies and stuff on there, and then you're set. This one I did get with an anti-condensation mat. So back in my day, so when I was like 20, I always finding the tents are always getting so much moisture caught up, and it's just, you wake up to it and it's just like, I don't want to even be in here. This tent has none of that, and that's due to the condensation mat. It sits right underneath the memory foam mattress, which is in it. And what it does is it sucks up all the moisture, so you can sleep probably with 3 or 4 people in there and not worry about a thing. So that's going to the second pro. For a rooftop tent, they come in, you can sometimes get them as big as 6 people, meaning that it probably fits 5 or 4 comfortably. This one is a 4-man, and I have fit 4 people in it before, but that being said, I would only fit maybe 3. So as I go down to a different view of the tent, we're going to get into some more pros to finish off the pros, and then we're going to go into the cons of it. So for you con people out there, you can just skip past this and go right for the cons. Hey guys, what is going on? We are at a different angle now. So finishing off the pros, I said how efficient it is to set up. That is probably going to be the number one thing. It's efficient to set up, really efficient. Second, you can fit a lot of people in it. Third pro, and like I said before on the top of the hill, is that you don't get any mud in it. In a regular tent where you freaking go set it up and it just gets full of mud, and it's just gross to freaking pack up, and you gotta take it home and clean it out and stuff. Especially now, as you can see, there's freaking snow on the ground. So you know, you got your mud going into your tent, you got everything going in your tent, it's just going to get muddy on the ground. With this, you get none of that, which I freaking love. So that tent, I clean, you know, at the end of the season, of course. But you don't have to because you don't get any mud or sand or dirt in it. And it has a little cubby on it that you can actually fit your boots and stuff inside. Meaning that when you put your, you know, your feet or your shoes and your boots inside of it, it doesn't get dirty. It just sits in there, and then you just go in your socks and go into the tent. And that is probably going to be the third, going into the fourth. The fourth is how compact it is. As you can see, it's pretty compact. I'm not going to pan around the camera, but it does sit flush with the roof, and that's due to the rack I have on it. So the rack is a Cali raised bed rack, but it's their short rack version. So I got that because of many reasons, and I'm not going to get into the reasons right now because that's not the video. The video is the Tepui tent. You can get some, you know, racks also that, you know, go higher. You can get the high rack in the Cali raised, and you can get the low rack in the Cali raised. I got the short rack, and so I just wanted to sit at level with my truck because I do go into some remote lakes, and those lakes do have some tight trails. To have that tent stick up, I might not have no tent when I show up to the campsite. So that's probably going to be the fourth, how compact it is. It's, as you can see, it doesn't take up much room at all, which I freaking love. So now, for you con haters, we're going to go into the cons of the rooftop tent. So you stay tuned, and we're going to watch the cons. Alright guys, we're going to get into the cons of the rooftop tent, which I don't want to get into, but I know there's some guys out there that are like, what are the bad things about a rooftop tent? Well, the first main one I have about a rooftop tent is they are expensive. I mean, there are two types. You can get a hard shell, which are in Canada, they're around $5,000 for a hard top. So one of those iCampers, so on and so forth. This rooftop tent, I paid $2,200, and it's a soft shell. The cons is that how expensive they are, and that's what I'm going to get down to. Is they're not cheap. They're not a cheap investment to get into, especially if you go to the hard top versions. The soft shell version like this, I've had no issues with it. So, and that's what we're gonna say is they're freaking expensive. Number two, I would have to say, if you have a big family and you want to fit them all in a tent, it would work for sure if you got like a 6-man or 5-man, but in this circumstance, this would be for your girlfriend, maybe your dog, and a couple kids. You know, it's not meant for big families, I would assume, just because of the weight the rack can hold and the tent. And that's basically going to be my second con, is they don't fit as many people as you would hope in a bigger tent. Going on to number 3. To set this rooftop tent up, it's not like you just get the tent, you put it on your truck and say, hey, I'm going to go hit up the trails, going to go to some cool remote mountain, and I'm going to basically camp on top. No, there's a lot before that. You got to get, first of all, you got to get a rack. So, you're paying for a rack maybe around the $1,200 mark to $500 mark. I mean, there are cheaper bed racks out there. There's some out there $500 that are custom made, and they're great. There's nothing wrong with them. I got this rack because I could put my high lift jack or my jackal on there. I can also fit my shovel on there, and on the far side I also got my fire extinguisher, and on the other side will soon be some water port and some rotopacks. But for right now, this whole setup is probably costing me close to $4,000 just for the setup. So they are pricey. It's not like you just pay for the tent and call it good. You also got to pay for the bed rack, which, it has its benefits, but you got to, shell out that extra couple grand to do that. And it's, for me, it was a great investment because I'm a single person. And you got to get bed stiffeners, because with these Tacomas, is they're one shell, and what happens is over time, what a bed stiffener does is what it says in the title. It stiffens up your bed so you don't have your bed coming apart. After a while, these Tacomas with a lot of weight in the box, especially with the rooftop tent and bed rack, and all that extra gear you got on top, they tend to go almost like this. They kind of bow out. So as a bed snifter, they'll keep that tight. So those cost $300. So basically my third con about a rooftop tent is that they're frickin' expensive, and they're not for your average Joe that just wants to go out with the family and go camping, fishing, and all that. So going into the fourth would have to be, you know what I have to say? There is no fourth con. You know, those three cons right there would be the main ones as I can think now. As I think about it. Maybe that's a better terminology. But yeah, so those are the three cons. There's not many, I haven't personally found too many cons with them. Other than those three I said. But, you know, there's so many pros to them as well, and there's so many cons, and I bet I'll get a lot of comments on the video saying, hey Austin, well there's this con and this con and this con. That's awesome. Let me know what your cons are, and I'll let you know what my cons are. And then how about you comment on some pros as well, but I know there's going to be some people that will be like, hey, cons for 20 minutes straight. So I'm going to switch up the camera angle. I'm going to finish off this video, and we're just going to talk a little bit more about the rooftop tent, about the truck, and we'll go from there. As we wrap up this pros and con video of a rooftop tent, I like to say, putting the cons aside, this would be for your adventurer, the person that likes to go outdoors a lot. You know, it just simplifies things. I know nowadays everything's leading towards that whole area about simplifying things. It's a big term nowadays. You can even hear it in house building and stuff. But it also goes to the overlanding scene, which is this truck right there. It simplifies things. It simplifies camping. It quickens up camping. And what I mean by that is, like I said before, is I like to fly fish. So to have a truck that I could just park, set the tent, go fishing is what I like. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong about a $200,000 trailer with a TV in it, you know, your bathtub and all that. I would love that, because sometimes fly fishing, it gets a bit cold. So there's a benefit to those guys for sure, but this guy here is all I need. So as I wrap this video up, please like and subscribe, because I know you guys are going to like this video and you guys are going to subscribe to this video. Share it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. So yeah, so that's the video. That's the truck right there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have yourselves a freaking great day. And remember, just adventure a lot. Especially when you're in this landscape like we are here in BC. It's beautiful. So you want to take advantage of that. And well, the rooftop tent, I can do that. So as I wrap this video up, please like and subscribe, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a great day, and thank you for stopping by. Austin is going to be, I'm going to go this way, I think, and I'm going to see where it goes. So talk to you guys later. Have a great day.